All right, so today on the pod, we got James Valentine. He is the lead guitarist in Maroon 5. Not to mention you have 3 Grammys?
We won $25,000 and we used that to move out to LA. When I joined, we decided to rename the band, and so we renamed it Maroon 5. I met this young guitarist and we became friends right away, and then ended up hanging out the whole time, and turned out to be John Mayer.
That's crazy.
We started performing at, our junior high parties, the local rec center. By the end of that touring cycle, we were selling out arenas.
You name a song, Jared will sing a little bit.
Okay.
Go. We can cut this out if it's bad.
When we got to Las Vegas for a residency, I was having trouble finding people to play tennis with. And one of the tennis pros there, he's like, yo, come play pickleball with me. I was like, no, I don't. And I just became obsessed.
And you're like committed to this sport.
These things are more fun the better you get at them. You're just completely focused on making the next ball, hitting the next note. That's the feeling that I love, and I'm a junkie for that.
If there was a commercial for pickleball, that's literally it.
All right, so today on the pod, we got James Valentine. He shreds not only on the guitar, but on the pickleball court as well. He is the lead guitarist in Maroon 5, and none of that matters to me because I've seen your true colors on the pickleball court.
That's right.
Not to mention you have 3 Grammys.
3 Grammys, yes.
And I just looked today.
135 million records sold.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I read that. So
I read that too.
Now, in the streaming era,
Yeah, you can't really tell.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? What do they count for that?
This was a stat that blew me away, though. You are currently, as of today, the 18th most listened to artist in the world.
Whoa.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Really?
No.
You guys aren't checking Spotify lists of how.
I feel like when you're at their level, you don't.
We check it every once in a while. You know what we check those statistics for? They're useful when we're coming up with set lists. Because we'll say okay, what are the most, if we're going on tour in Europe, we'll look at European Spotify and we'll say what are the most listened to songs in Europe, and so we'll sort of tailor the set list that way. So it's helpful. That's when we check it. But
is it that different?
It does vary. There's certain songs, for example, we have this song. Well, it's not even our song. It's an Adam Levine song. He released it solo called "Lost Stars."
Okay.
That he did for a movie that he also acted in called Begin Again. For some reason,
I saw that.
It's huge in Asia. So we'll add it to the set when we go there. Everywhere else in the world, nobody's heard of it.
What's the reaction when you play it in Asia?
As soon as we start playing it, people go crazy.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow,
so you never know.
It's amazing.
What do you attribute that to?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe the movie got played more over there, but it's cool to see. The regions that certain songs. I mean, a lot of them are sort of the same everywhere. Moves like Jagger is obviously big everywhere, but it's cool to see the differences.
Well, thank you for being here. First and foremost,
seriously, man.
I've heard a lot about you as a pickleball player. I'm a huge music fan. I've been a Maroon 5 fan since the beginning. I've never met you, but a lot of our mutual friends have played pickleball with you, and I'm very appreciative that you're here. And we always ask our guests, how did you get here?
How did I get here? Well, long story short, I grew up in Lincoln, Nebraska. When I was 13, my parents finally got me a guitar for my birthday. And I took group lessons at the mall where I learned Smoke on the Water and all those sorts of classics. But I became obsessed with guitar right away, started bands, and so I was playing in bands in Lincoln. Eventually, by the time I got to college at the University of Nebraska, one of my bands, we started to take it pretty seriously. We entered a national battle of the bands competition, which we won.
What was this band called?
This band was called Square.
Square.
It was a power trio named Square.
Okay.
And we won $25,000, and we used that to move out to LA. The finals were held here in LA, and so we just came out to the finals. We're like, we're going to do it. We're moving to Hollywood. We're going to make it. And we moved out to LA, had a very tough time, out here, our first year here. We moved to Anaheim. I thought that Anaheim was Los Angeles. Found out it's actually pretty far away.
Yeah.
But through moving here, I met these guys playing in a band called Cars Flowers that were playing around LA that I became a fan of. They saw me play and they poached me from that other group, and I joined.
Was that Adam's band?
That was the guys that would become Maroon 5. When I joined, we decided to rename the band, and so we renamed it Maroon 5, and that was in 2001. And so I've been doing that ever since.
How did your old band members feel about the poach? Because you moved from Lincoln, Nebraska all the way to LA, and then you got stolen, and then now you're in Maroon 5.
That was really tough. That was because I sort of saw the opportunity when I saw Cars Flowers perform the first time. I just said, wow, these guys are writing incredible songs that are so far ahead of what everybody else is doing here, including what we were doing. And it was really tough. I saw the opportunity. I was living with the guys that I had moved out here with. And one night after one of our shows, I said, hey, guys, it's the last show. I've been offered this opportunity to go play with these guys. The next morning, Jesse from my new band came with a U-Haul truck and moved me out of that house with the other two guys just sitting on the porch.
You still talk to those guys?
Yeah, I still do. Yeah, we're cool. And we were cool afterwards. They saw what I was doing, and they basically supported me. But that was one of the toughest things I've had to do in my life for sure. Because I did have a lot of loyalty towards them, and I did go back and forth on the decision a lot.
Does Square still exist?
Square does not exist. They tried with another guitar player, and it didn't quite work out. So
was your story coming up in music kind of what the prototypical story is of just grinding in bars, or was it a faster ascent to get to Maroon 5? What was that like?
No, I mean, when I started playing when I was 13, I started bands, and it was a grind. We started performing at our junior high parties. Then we started putting on our own shows at the local rec center. By the time I was 15, 16, we had started to play in some of the bars in Lincoln. It's a college town, so there were a lot of music venues. These were bars that I wouldn't be allowed into had I not been playing. In fact, some of them, they'd make me put the big X's on my hands, and I'd have to leave immediately after I was done.
And to wash it off. So
to wash it off. And I was, it was tough in high school. We had a weekly gig at this bar downtown, and we'd play until 1 a.m. and then I'd have to be up. I was president of student council my senior year, so I'd have to go run student council meetings at like 6:30 a.m. the next day. So I was definitely burning the candle on both ends.
And when you're playing till 1, you're then having to break down.
Did you
have? I played in a band for a little bit. Did you have a rush after? Like when you got home, you felt like super.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you're going to bed at like 3:30.
Oh yeah, no, it was really tough. It was also really funny because this was the 90s when also you could still smoke inside, and so all these bars were it was just this cloud of smoke. I was raised in this Mormon household, and so my dad would make me take my clothes off and put them in the garage before I came inside, so I didn't, stink up the house.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And who were some of your influences?
Well, I was lucky. I started playing in the 90s, so right away, like when I was driving home from my first guitar lesson, we heard "Smells Like Teen Spirit" on the radio for the first time, which was incredible to hear that. So,
and that was what? That was 95.
No, earlier. That was like 91.
Oh yeah, I graduated in 95.
Yeah,
so it was 91. Okay.
Yeah, and so then there was Nirvana, and then Pearl Jam.
Soundgarden, Alice in Chains. Yeah,
exactly. Like, but Pearl Jam was really big for me, and then that ended up getting me into the blues because Mike McCready from Pearl Jam, I saw him wearing like a Stevie Ray Vaughan T-shirt, and I said, "Who's Stevie Ray Vaughan?" That sent me down a whole rabbit hole. And then eventually I really got into jazz because I got recruited to play in the jazz band at school. And so guys like Pat Metheny, Bill Frisell, John Scofield.
Are you a Grant Green fan? Do you know Grant Green?
I loved Grant Green. Wes Montgomery. Yeah. I'd probably prefer Wes Montgomery from that era over Grant Green. But these are guys that certainly the podcast listeners never will have heard of, but go
or me honestly.
Please go check them out. There's all this great music out there. Jazz guitar is just it's a wonderful world.
My journey was so similar. It was Stevie Ray and then the jazz guitarist, and then I went out to Austin. My brother was living there, and I remember driving through the streets of Austin listening to Stevie Ray Vaughan, and just like I feel like I missed such a pivotal era of music. I mean, even before that as well, the 60s and 70s.
Totally. Yeah, I started playing like right when Stevie died.
Yeah.
So missed out on being able to see him live, but wow, what a talent.
What's up, Pickleballers? Are you looking for the perfect energy boost on and off the pickleball court? Look no further than Rainstorm Clean Energy. It's not only great for energy, but it's great for your skin and hair. Look at my skin and look at my hair. Do you want that? Yes, you do. Fuel your game today with Rainstorm Clean Energy, available on Amazon.
There was this article I read where you worked with John Mayer or you knew John Mayer and were able to work with him. I don't know if it was before Maroon 5 or during Maroon 5. What role did he play in propelling your career or getting to know him?
Well, it's a funny story. So I graduated high school. I wanted to go to the Berklee College of Music, which is kind of the mecca, for jazz, rock, pop, whatever. I couldn't afford it, really. It's really expensive. But they did have a summer program. So in 1996, I applied and I actually got a scholarship to go to this summer guitar program. It was like guitar camp, basically. Yeah. And I met this young guitarist, this blues guitarist from Connecticut while I was there, and we became friends right away, and then ended up hanging out the whole time and working on music together, skipping classes to go write these little etudes together, and it turned out to be John Mayer.
That's crazy.
So this was before he moved to, because he was in Atlanta for a while.
This was
right?
before he moved to Atlanta. So like I was 17, he was 18. And then
But he wasn't John Mayer yet.
He was John Mayer, but he wasn't John Mayer.
Yeah.
And how much later did he come out with his first album?
So that was 96. I mean, and at the time when we were there at the camp, like I thought he was such a great guitar player. I thought like, oh, he's going to be a guitar hero in the mold of like a Stevie Ray Vaughan or, like a great lead guitarist. But we stayed in touch after the camp. And I remember in an email that I was reading once when I was at the university in Nebraska, he said, like, I took this songwriting class. Like, I think I might be a songwriter. And shortly after that, he moved down to Atlanta and kind of did his whole thing. And it ended up helping Maroon later on because he started to blow up around 2000, right as we were starting to work on our first record. And so the guys are like, wait, you know this guy? And I was like, yeah, I could try to get in touch with him. And ended up getting in touch with him, and he took us out to open up for him, which was a huge break for us. So,
and what size, what capacities was this?
I mean, by this time he was starting to play arenas, and so we got to open up some really big shows for him. And so
were those at the time your biggest shows you'd played?
Yeah, we when we started off after we finished our first record, we spent a lot of time on the road opening up for more established artists. Matchbox 20.
Yeah.
We did a huge tour with them, with Matchbox 20 and Sugar Ray.
Wow.
And we went out with John. We went out with Counting Crows.
Wow.
The very first tour we did was Michelle Branch, who was huge at that moment. And so, we had the opportunity to get out in front of a lot of these audiences, and that's like a great way to develop your skills as a band. It's like to go play for people who have never heard of you and are like indifferent and maybe even kind of hostile towards you. Like you got to figure out how to entertain those people. So it was a good experience for us.
Was John playing selfishly, I'm curious, was he playing the blues at the Berklee guitar camp?
Yeah.
So he was a blues guitarist.
He was really, kind of in that Stevie Ray like blues language. Like he was killing it. And in fact, at the camp, they were offering a scholarship to come back for the regular year, which John ended up getting.
Oh wow! Are you a Dead & Co fan?
Yeah,
or a Grateful Dead fan.
Yeah, I've been able to go down and see a couple of the shows because we've had our residence in Las Vegas and it overlapped with them a couple times. So it was cool to go see that. He's absolutely crushing that. It's amazing. It's incredible.
Very cool.
What was like the biggest milestone for you when you guys as a band realized like, oh my gosh, like we're blowing up, we're like making it? What was that point and when was that?
Well, it was really interesting for us because we were on a smaller independent label when we started off. So we had this very gradual success that we toured that very first record for 4.5 years.
Wow.
Which is pretty uncommon. Like a lot of labels would give up on an act if stuff wasn't starting to happen. But every week we'd see like, oh, it's like the first week we sold like literally like 100 CDs. The next week it would be like 150. And then it was like 300. And we would start to see like, oh, like we're starting to get, airplay here in Chicago. So we go play shows there. And then every time we come back, there'd be just like a few more people. And so it was really gradual over that first couple of years. But by the time we released our first single, Harder to Breathe, for the second time, we had released it once and it didn't really go. And then we kept on touring. We did more of these opening acts and they gave it another shot. And then it took hold at radio. And then we started.
Why do you think it didn't catch on the first time?
I think like we were, this was still the early 2000s. I think like there wasn't, people were, the music scene was still kind of coming out of the post-grunge sort of stuff. And we were sort of a rock band, but we had these pop songs. So we were kind of hard to categorize.
Was this like when Creed and Stain were starting to come up?
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is kind of the end of all that.
Okay.
So it's like they didn't quite know what to do with us because we were like a guitar like rock band, but then we were playing these pop songs.
Yeah.
But Harder to Breathe came out and it sort of set up this release of This Love, which then absolutely just completely took off.
Just monster song. I mean, such a great song. The first album I think is just phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
At this point, were you still opening up for Counting Crows and John Mayer and who are amazing? I mean, huge bands. And then you started having your bigger headline shows.
Yeah, then we started headlining our own shows, and they started off small, and so we were headlining at first clubs, and then it was just a steady ascent because then we were headlining theaters. And by the end of that touring cycle, after the success of Then She Will Be Loved, which was after This Love, we were selling out arenas, which was crazy because it was all on the same record. It was all within the same couple of years. And so if there was a moment, there was like when we got offered Saturday Night Live for the first time. I think that sick. For me, because I was such a SNL fan, just like being there and being like, okay, this is real. This is actually happening. That was really cool. There was also a moment that was really funny because I would still see my dentist back in Lincoln when I would go visit my parents, even though by now I was living out in Los Angeles. And I don't think my dentist didn't really know what was going on with the band. He just knew that I played guitar. I was trying to make it as a musician. And so he was working on me and he's like, well, so you still playing guitar? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, well, maybe one day I'll see you on Letterman, which is kind of like a joke. You know? I was like, well, actually,
funny you say that.
We'll be on Letterman in 2 weeks. And he was like, wait, no, you're kidding. I was like, no, turn on your TV. We'll be on Letterman.
Wow, that's so good. That's so good.
That's amazing.
Do you still go to this dentist?
I do not go to this dentist.
Dude.
Yeah, no, my parents moved away from Lincoln, so
that's fair.
It's a bummer.
So I'm gonna ask the question. You feel free to tell me to go myself. But does the band still close?
Go yourself. No, the band is close. Like, I mean, are we as close as we were when we were in our 20s? Like, probably not. Like, I lived with Adam for like the first we lived together for like the first 5 years of the band, and we would during those first years. I mean, the first decade really was such a grind. We were on the road so much. Brutal. We were just like show after show. We spent so much time together. We all still get along. We're all still very close. But now everybody has families.
Yeah, different things.
So we live, these sort of separate lives, and then we come together to rehearse and then go on tours. But yeah, we're on the band thread, talking every day.
Yeah. And being the lead guitarist for a band that has, I mean, Adam's a pretty prolific frontman. Yeah. Right? Like, I'd say one of the most prolific of the 2000s. Mm-hmm. And like, his I feel like he's under the eye of, I mean, I think the band is in general, but I think him specifically, people are just constantly watching his every move. I feel like, yes. Is that hard for a band where like y'all's reputation rides on his actions?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it's kind of a good place to be. The reason a lot of bands break up is because there's more than one guy that wants to be the front person with that sort of attention. And from the very beginning for us, it was very clear that Adam was going to be in that role and the rest of us were completely fine being the supporting players or the out of focus guys. You know, that was like, and it's actually, you know, a huge blessing to be involved with this group, you know, and we have these songs that are massive and we can go and play in all these countries, but I still get to live a very sort of private, personal life. You know, like on the street, I'm recognized here and there, just enough to boost my ego, but like not enough to disrupt my daily flow. And for Adam, that's very tough. And so, yeah, that spotlight, you know, I'm glad that I don't have to deal with it. I'm glad that he, you know, that was always kind of like, that's, if you know him, like he's just, that's his personality. He's down for it. And so, you know, and that's been good and bad. And it's been hard, you know, to deal with. But I think in the end, you know, he handles it really well.
Last nerd out question for me on the music front. Did you play a pretty pivotal role? Do you play a pivotal role in the songwriting?
Well, the story of the songwriting in the band is interesting because for the first decade of the band, like, you know, over the first decade, we really prided ourselves on the fact that we wrote all of our own material. We sort of like really kept the songwriters and outside writers like at bay, like for that first sort of period. And it wasn't until we worked on the track Moves Like Jagger, that was the first time that we had really worked with an outside songwriter.
Benny Blanco?
There was Benny Blanco and Shellback from Sweden, who's one of Max Martin's proteges.
And I just saw an interview randomly with Benny Blanco where he was literally talking about the riff on Moves Like Jagger and how that all kind of came to be, which I thought was super interesting.
Yeah, it was really interesting because Adam was going in to record a feature for Gym Class Heroes on a song called Stereo Hearts.
Yep.
And Adam was like, I really like this song. I want it to be a Maroon 5 song. And Benny was like, I got something else. But he really didn't have anything else. So I think then he went.
No way.
He went and looked around and then found this, the Moves Like Jagger, which he had been working on with Shellback, and then brought that to Adam. And that ended up being such a success. And this was also at the same time Adam started working on The Voice. So at that point we said like, okay, let's work with some of these outside writers. Maybe there's something to this. We've done these first, 3 records by ourselves. Maybe we've got something to learn from these guys. And it was really incredible to be in the studio with these amazing writers, like Max Martin, like Shellback. I mean, Shellback, probably best known for maybe his Taylor Swift.
I was going to say
stuff.
Taylor Swift, yeah.
He's just an absolute genius and music just flows out of him. So it was kind of like going
Is
back.
he more of a producer or is he a songwriter?
He's the whole thing.
Okay.
He's the whole thing.
But I know he's a very talented
because there's guys that are like producers that work on the tracks, and then what you call the top line writers that do the melodies and the lyrics. And Shellback's both. He's a master of melodies, like the weird melodies that are even like in Moves Like Jagger. Like, so it was really cool to work with a lot of those types of writers. On this most recent record, we got back to writing, just a good chunk of the record was songs that we wrote ourselves again, which was kind of cool to get back to our roots that way. And that record is coming out in August. And that's
15th. Is that right?
I think that's right.
I think I'm right.
I think that's right.
What's the name of the record?
I think I looked this up.
The name of the record is Your Love Is Like, which
Your Love Is August 15th.
One of the songs. Yeah, August 15th. So that's why I'm here. So go stream it.
I love it.
And we just announced our new tour.
Really?
Yes, we announced it today.
How many shows?
That's a good question. There's a lot.
You play in Austin?
Maybe. I should
play
know
some
that.
pickleball if I'm there when you're there.
Absolutely.
What's up, pickleballers? I've got the Franklin C45 pickleball paddle here. This thing's played by J.W. Johnson, Hayden Patriquin, Paris Todd. It's one of the most versatile pickleball paddles in the market. Tons of power, tons of pop, tons of spin. You got to get this paddle. Check it out, franklinsports.com today. So do you know Dirk Bentley?
I know of him.
So
I don't know him personally.
He has pickleball court that they bust out, or net. He busted out at stops, and I think his guitarist is actually more into pickle than he is, but he does play. You guys do that as well, right?
We haven't done that. No, so far it's kind of been my thing. And I will say, I think it's good to have hobbies that are separate when you're on the road. It gives me a chance to sort of like get away from the whole enterprise and interface with new people in whatever city we're at, which has been really fun.
The other band members aren't into it, or?
Yeah, they're not really into it.
Because I did see you guys posted something where you're playing with Adam, like before a show, before a music video or something.
That was backstage at a music video. But you also saw that Adam, like as soon as we started hitting, and that wasn't even scripted or anything, he just batted the ball and hit it over the fence and walked away. And that's kind of how he feels about pickleball.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So Adam Levine hates
sports.
No, he's into sport. He loves basketball. He's got a pickleball court at his house, but
he thinks it's a joke.
I've actually played. I mean, this is kind of weird to say. I've played at his parents' house, and you have too with Mariano, and that's like somewhere we train is at Adam's parents' house, which is strange. So I'm surprised that
Adam. What? Come on, bro. Like,
I wish I could. I don't think.
But he hates pickleball.
Yeah, I don't think that he's had the right positive experience. I think that he would really like it once he got into the right game, and saw that how points were constructed. Like, I think maybe. We got to make it happen. I'm going to need you to come over.
I'm down. I'll do it. I mean, Mariano's, I think, the perfect guy to
Mariano would be good.
Get someone started.
That's right.
Shout out Mariano.
do you have a favorite song that Maroon 5 song?
My favorite Maroon 5 song, I think, is...
Well, Jared, could you sing us a little Maroon 5 and give us yours? Come on, Jared, don't get nervous, bro.
No, I'm good.
Come on.
Let's go.
Okay, we all have to
how
do
about
it,
this?
though.
You name a song, Jared will sing a little bit of it.
Okay. This Love, I think that's my favorite Maroon 5 song.
We can cut this out if it's bad.
No.
Come on, dude.
I don't ever
How bad do you want it?
Not bad enough.
On, dude.
No, maybe I'll do a voiceover of it.
I get it, man.
I can't sing in front of a professional.
Bro, I've seen you sing. You're great.
That's like asking me to, I have played pickle with like Ben Johns and stuff.
Yeah.
I get it with singing. Singing is, I'm a guitar player. Like I kind of, when I joined Maroon, I kind of had to learn.
He's like, I'm nervous.
Flustered. No, I get it. Like when I joined, I was just a guitar player, but then it was like, hey, you're going to have to sing these harmony parts. And I was like, oh. And so I kind of had to learn how to sing. And
voice lessons?
I took voice lessons. Yeah. And so it was good. And I got pretty comfortable, singing background, but sometimes at sound check, we'd mess around. And, I would go up and sing, whatever cover. And one day at soundcheck, we were messing around with a White Stripes song. And Adam was like, all right, we're going to play that tonight. And we were playing in Mexico, and it was in front of like 40,000 people.
And you sang?
And I had to sing lead. And so like the first time I had really sang lead, it was like in front of 40,000 people.
How'd you do?
I did all right, but man, I was.
Was there a backing track, or was it literally just?
No, it was me, and because it was like
what
White Stripes song. It was Seven Nation Army.
Wow.
And so Adam went back on drums.
Jared, can you sing us a little?
Well, you know what's crazy? It's like you're talking about you had to sing in front of 40,000 people. I really quick story. I played a show after a Fish show in Atlanta, and we went and like promoted this on all the cars. And then we got back. We may have gotten super high. And then we went to the show late, like 45 minutes late. We get there and it's packed. I mean, this wasn't a big room. It was probably like, it was a bar.
Yeah.
And we were going to do, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. And it was the first time we ever played it live. And this girl that I liked was in the crowd. And I got up there and it was like people this close to my face. And I was super stoned. And my voice cracked, and I just saw her like walk away. It was terrible. So it's so funny.
Everyone in the crowd just starts throwing up.
No, but I think I redeemed myself. But it's so interesting to hear that, like, man, you're playing in front of 40,000 people. My
no, but honestly, it's more nerve wracking. Like it would be more nerve wracking for me to sing that to you two.
Great.
In this room, even if we weren't recording.
Yeah.
That would be more nerve.
Yeah.
There's something about the safety, when I've got my like guitar and like the sound system and like, and I don't know, you're in like an arena. It's kind of like
you can't see, right?
You can't see the people. Yeah. It's almost like the smaller the venue, the more nervous I'll get when you have like, we actually just we play these weird gigs that we're hired for sometimes. we played someone's birthday party in Las Vegas. And it was for like 150 people. And it was just me and Adam. It was just me accompanying him on acoustic guitar.
Well, I have a birthday coming up.
Well, I mean, we would love to come, but you just got to write a check.
You just gotta pay
How big is that? Sorry, I interrupt you.
$250,000.
I interrupt you. But continue your story. I just.
Oh no, but it's just like it's almost like I was almost more nervous playing in front of like 150 people. Yeah, because you can see them all.
Yeah.
You're right in front of them. Not to mention, I'm just playing like acoustic versions of all these songs, trying to figure it out. So
And it's some dude's birthday.
and it's
who has
somebody's
a lot of
birthday.
money.
Like you don't want to ruin their birthday, but it went really well.
What kind of guitars do you play?
Acoustics.
Yeah.
I play Martins.
And electric?
Electric, I play the Ernie Ball Music Man Valentine. I have a signature guitar, which is also what I'm here to promote. Go to musicman.com. Check out
The Valentine guitar.
check out the Valentine guitar.
Use the code Jared Sings for 25%.
Jared's voice crack.
Jared must sing.
All right.
So now we've lost all the pickleball people. But this is now a music podcast.
This is now a music podcast.
Transitioning to pickleball a little bit. That's how me and you met. And what I thought was really cool was like I was at my house and West Bros and Sam Query came over, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, James Valentine from Maroon 5 is down at the court playing," and I'm like, "What the heck?" And I met you
At
you
your
were-
house?
Yeah, my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Such a cool, humble guy, and you really are super passionate about. You were first passionate about tennis, but now pickleball, and it's like it's taking a big part of your life, right? Like it's
for
it's a
sure.
massive hobby for you.
Yeah, I started playing tennis late. I really started playing as an adult when I was around 29, 30, because when I was younger, it was really just all about music. And I was never really, I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that I started school early. So, like when I graduated high school, I was still 17. So I was like basically a year younger than
Are you genius?
I am not a genius. I wish
that.
I wish I
You're
was.
being pretty smart guy.
No, I was the fourth of 5 children, so I think my parents were just eager to get me out of the house, get me moving along. So I started kindergarten when I was 4. So I was like, and I was a late bloomer, so I don't think I really had much of a chance at sports. Like I loved baseball, but I could never make the school team, because I was like a year behind most of those kids. And so I think, I put all that energy and love into music. And so I was all about music growing up. And then after Maroon had started to do well, I was like, I miss, having that competition, having some sort of athletic endeavor. And I took a tennis lesson and it was just like, oh, this is amazing. I want to play tennis every day for the rest of my life. And I basically did, played tennis every day for 15 years.
On the road when you're
On the road, like I would have this, I'd take my rackets, and before we get to a city, I'd Google tennis clubs, or I'd look on Instagram. I would find hits. I would, cold call clubs and be like, hey, I'm in Maroon 5. Does anybody want to come to the show? I'll give you tickets if you, come let me hit.
Yeah.
Like
you have
if
an instructor there.
You've got a pro that I can hit with, or whatever, and so I would, I have all these amazing relationships that I've built all over the world through tennis. And it was such a great thing to do while you're on tour, like I said earlier, to get away from the tour, to go meet local people.
Yeah.
It was so great. But when we got to Las Vegas for a residency, I was having trouble finding people to play tennis with. And one of the tennis pros that I was paying to hit with me out there, he's like, "Yo, come play pickleball with me." I was like, "Nah, I don't. What are you talking about?"
Classic
No,
reaction.
What year?
class-
What year?
So this was 2 years ago.
Okay.
And he took me at Lifetime there in Las Vegas, and we played. And it was the first time I'd played like high level pickleball points, and I was obviously like had no idea what I was doing, and was just getting body bagged and getting my ass handed to me.
By like 7-year-olds or
Well, no, these guys were pretty good.
Okay.
Like
there's pretty good 7-year-olds.
Yeah, there are some good.
yeah.
And then
Especially in Vegas.
and as I got into it, I did go through the ritual of getting humiliated by the 70-year-olds.
What's the public park there? Is it Sunrise?
Sunset Park.
Sunset. Okay.
So I started going there, started going to open play, and I just became obsessed. And I was like, I want to get better at this. And not to mention the fact that tennis had been so hard on my body.
Yeah.
running back and forth. Because I mostly only played singles. I really like singles.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I was having knee issues just from the movement, and I kind of maybe reached about as good as I was going to get, having not
Which
played.
was at what level?
I was playing like 4 or 5.
Nice.
Which in tennis is actually more difficult to do. Like it's just more
sure.
people that play tennis.
Yeah, I was playing in the USTA 4 or 5, and it's like, was I going to get to the next level as I'm like getting older? Probably not.
And you're like committed to this sport. Like you're very into tennis.
Yeah, I was.
At the
Yeah,
time.
I was taking lessons, and because
so
I
cool.
love it, because and it's just the way my brain works. Like these things are more fun the better you get at them.
Yeah, 100%.
So, and so there's we can talk about the parallels to music all over, but yeah, the better you are, the more fun it is. Like in tennis and in pickleball, the less errors you make, the longer the rallies last.
Yeah.
And that's just so much more fun and so much more satisfying. So I really don't mind putting the work in on drilling and taking lessons, because I just want to maximize the amount of fun that I'm having doing it.
And I think especially in pickleball, I've seen that personally from you. Like I'll go out to like Calabasas Pickleball Club, amazing place, and I'll see James there just drilling with Vince Van Patten or someone else. One time I went out there, he's hitting just a bucket of serves, and you're like, this is the dude from Maroon 5.
That's
like
so sick.
he should be doing other stuff, But
I should be doing other stuff.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't.
No wonder Adam hates pickleball. My gosh.
You have kids?
I do not have kids.
No kids.
So that offers me some space to do this too.
Yeah. It changes a little bit.
How obsessed would you say you are from a 1 to I'm taking my paddle on tour? Like,
Oh no, 10, I take my paddle on tour. And so like what I did with tennis, now I'm doing with pickle. And it's actually easier with pickle
The social aspect?
the social aspect to find games.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to actually ask about that, because I wasn't like a tennis player growing up. I stopped at like 10, but I've never really heard someone talk about discovering players in the same way that you did when you'd go on tour and you'd go online. I didn't know that was a thing in tennis, and I thought that was like a very special aspect of pickleball that differentiated pickleball with tennis. So it's cool to hear that tennis, that is a thing, or were you more like making it a thing?
I was making it a thing.
Okay.
Like there was no
That's cool.
there's definitely a much more open and willing community with pickleball.
And you were leveraging the tickets.
I was leveraging,
Smart.
the fact, that I was in the band and
Yeah.
stuff, and I was making it happen. And it wasn't always easy,
Yeah.
But with pickleball, it's much less effort, because it's kind of set up just to have people show up.
Yeah.
And I'm so jealous of a lot of these cities we visit and some of the amazing facilities that they have. And Los Angeles has been so slow to build.
It's catching up though, finally.
It is catching up. Yeah, we do have some great spots now, but I remember even just when I first started 2 years ago, showing up in like North Carolina or like back in Utah where my parents live, and seeing the Pickler and all these places. I'm like, why don't we have something like this in LA? Like we only
Land is just so expensive.
Land is so expensive.
It's just tough to put in.
Where did you play Memorial?
No. So after I got back from Vegas, I started going. I live in Toluca Lake, so I was going to Burbank. There's public courts called Maxim. There's 4 courts right by the Burbank airport. So there's planes taking off, like in between points. And it's open play.
Yeah.
Put your paddle in, and so that's kind of where I started to learn, and then I got more into it. I was really lucky, because I knew Sam Query from tennis, so I knew he was into it. So I started bothering him about like, oh, okay, who can I go learn? He hooked me up with Wes. That's how I showed up at your house.
Yeah.
And then one of the most important things that happened was Roscoe introducing me to his coach, Mariano, which has just been a complete
greatest guy.
Mariano,
So you're taking a lot
Petrucci.
of lessons. I mean,
I'm taking lessons because I really want to.
And the craziest thing is that Mariano's next door neighbor is Adam Levine's parents.
really?
So it's like the way, and they have a pickleball court. So it's like the way it worked out was just crazy.
It's crazy because I called Mariano and I was like, I want to take some lessons. It was like, where should we meet? He's like, well, actually, I live down the street from Fred Levine. He's got a pickleball court. I've never seen anyone use it. Do you think we could use it? And I was like, I'm sure we could. And I called Fred. I was like, hey, can I come over? And he's like, yeah, please. We'd love for somebody to use it. And so now
I use it. Now I'm like,
is there another sport that is like, there's so many celebrities and influencers and athletes who love pickleball. Like they're so into it. Like I play with Jamie Foxx down at the public courts.
Yeah.
And he's so into pickleball. Is there another sport that y'all can think of that is like this?
Basketball, golf.
Basketball. Nobody's out there. Yes, golf is.
Golf, I would say, yeah.
But maybe it's like, I think there's also something about pickleball is a participatory sport first and foremost. Yeah. Basketball, like I'll go to Lifetime and I'll shoot some balls, but I'm not playing pickup anymore. I tore my ACL.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's just pickleball is such a magical, special sport.
You have the perfect physique for a basketball player. I mean, that's
I actually look at you. I think really well.
I think this guy.
Let's go play 1-on-1. I'll put. What do you want?
We'll
10K?
film it on air. We can
10K.
We should edit a little clip and just of me and you playing
10K. 10K. So, but anyway, so I think it's so cool that like there's all these different, celebrities from different walks of life and, that just are so diehard pickleball players.
Yeah.
Sick.
It's just a great sport. I mean, and I think I figured out why I was so drawn to it. And tennis, obviously, I still love tennis. I barely play anymore because I'm always right. I kind of get narrowly.
It's not as fun.
Well, and I think it is as fun. And I figured out why. Because I think what we're attracted to is flow states. So like when you're in a point, when you're in a tennis point or a pickleball point, or like when you're playing a song, when you're focused on that, you're in this flow state where all of your other thoughts go away. Sometimes like time can slow down. You're just completely focused on making the next ball, hitting the next note. Like that's the feeling that I love, and I'm a junkie for that. Pickleball, you get to sort of titrate that feeling for longer because it's so hard to hit a winner. So the points last longer because like, okay, here's an overhead, boom, okay, reset, now we're still going. So we're still in that flow state. We still get to all exist there for longer periods of time.
Yeah.
Tennis, is really fun, but you've got to be like really, really good to make a point last more than, 10 rally balls or whatever.
If there was a commercial for pickleball in advertising, that's literally it.
That's
going to be a real. I mean, that's a clip.
It took me a while because people would say, "Oh, well, do you like it better than tennis? Do you really like it better than tennis?" And I was like, "Well, yeah. I'm like, I'm playing pickleball every day. I'm not playing tennis, and so I really had to think about why, and I really think it comes down to that, like." We're out there to have fun, and those points are they're just more fun.
Just laughing.
I also think tennis with the big serves, like let's say you're going, I love watching John Isner play sometimes, but like, I mean, imagine playing him. It's like you're not getting in a single point. And I sometimes worry like pickleball with paddle technology and stuff like that is pushing towards that where someone can just hit the biggest serve ever in a drive winner. And I'm a tennis player, so like I use that to my advantage, but like, it takes the fun out of the game when in tennis, when you're playing a guy who's just like, I'm getting aced every point. Like there's no rallies. And that is why pickleball is addicting. It's because like you get to use your brain.
I think it's also the adrenaline rush from when you're dinking to when a firefighter, you get attacked. It is that moment. It is like I feel like it's so addicting to be there. And I'm like super ADD, so I'm always the one attacking first. But like, just like that moment
shows a lot about his discipline.
Yeah, the dinking to the firefight, to the attack, to the speed up. It's like, I don't know. I think that's such a big part of it.
Do you watch pro pickleball?
Yeah. When I can, like I don't, like in San Clemente, it's just happened. I watched the final rounds. Usually watch that Sunday.
Do you have a favorite player?
Favorite player is Roscoe Bellamy.
Oh my
Obviously.
Gosh. Stop it. Can I clip that? We can clip that, right? Just like cut it out.
We already said August 15th.
Yeah, August 15th is Alvin's coming out. He's got like a guitar.
No, I do love watching you play. I love watching Ben. It's not a exciting answer.
Everyone loves
right now. I'm kind of like, because I'm working on it in my own game with Mariano. I'm working on the flick. I'm studying the flick masters. JW, the flick wizard,
who came to one of your shows, by the way. And Julie Johnson, JW's mom, is a massive Maroon 5 fan and James Valentine fan.
Who isn't?
Well, that was
who isn't.
we
Doug Ellen.
Yeah,
Doug's not a Maroon 5 fan.
He probably is. I don't know.
I mean, everybody. Yeah, you put on that first album, like, and I'm sure other albums too, but the first album.
Yeah, it does have a broad appeal, but yeah, it was really cool. And you know, another great door that the band can sort of open up for me sometimes is the ability when Julie wanted to come to the show, and then she arranged for me to hit with J-Dub in Georgia when I was down there in Miami, and also Milan Rain was there.
Millie?
Yeah,
Millie Make It Rain.
And it was such an amazing day, and it was so cool to see their game up close and to, you know, collect some bruises from Georgia and J-Dub.
Dude, Georgia, Georgia's.
Oh, it was insane to just see
so
that she
good.
could just hit a winner from anywhere on the court. It was crazy. And yeah, so I've been to some PPA events.
No MLP?
I went to my first MLP event in Phoenix because I played in the Celebrity Pro-Am.
Oh, nice.
I saw your walkout. Very, very studly. Like, I was
What
like,
song?
Did they play a song for you? I thought it was just like,
If they didn't play a song,
he ran out, and the crowd was going wild.
No, it was really fun. I got paired
James, I love you.
with Jesse Irvine,
Okay.
which was really fun, and we won.
Nice.
We beat.
I think I did see this.
Yes,
You beat
we beat
the
Jack
guy,
Sock.
the comedian guy, right?
Yeah, and Logan.
Logan.
Yeah,
he
Logan's
does the dad
We beat them
jokes.
15-1.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
But like,
I mean, it was like Celebrity Pro-Am points, so it doesn't really count. But
I do have a question about celebrities that you've played with, but a question before that. Are you involved with an MLP team?
well, my friend who's one of the owners of the Phoenix Flames invited me to do that. But no, I'm not personally.
not.
No, I
Is
don't have.
that Jeff?
Jeff? Yeah.
Great guy.
Are you going to MLP San Clemente, and would you like to go?
Possibly, yeah. That would be fun.
We have a team, the Chefs. So if you're interested,
nice.
and I'm sure MLP you have other contacts, but if you need tickets,
Oh, that would be great. Yeah,
great.
it was really fun to watch those matches and to see Jack and Tyson and to see J-Dub in Georgia. Like, it's, you know, anytime I get to go see the pros up close, it's great to watch on Pickleball TV, but to see it up close,
It's a completely different thing.
and you can learn so much.
Yeah.
And
I learned so much even as a player just from being around these guys. Like,
I bet.
It really pickleball, once you understand the layers of the game, you can slowly peel them back while you're watching it. And if you don't understand it in the first place, it's hard to notice those things.
Yes.
So that's where it really can come in handy when you've trained and you've played and you're understanding the layers of the game, then you go and watch.
100%. Yeah, I think when I first started playing, it's deceptive. It just seems like, okay, they're just dinking and then firing, and once you start to see how they're earning that speed up by moving them around, and how that's actually a slow moving chess match that's
100%
happening.
Yeah.
But and then also just the mechanics, and that's what I've been working on with Mariano, is my flick out of the air.
Less wrist, more arm.
Well,
Or is he trying to?
I think I got the arm one from
Okay.
like below the net.
So he wants
and so then the ones above the net, then I was adding too much arm because I got the arm down. So now we're sort of reverse engineering it to just work on like that one that's out in front. That's all
flick
just like
down,
windshield
yeah.
wiper.
What's your duper?
My duper is 4.3.
It should be
I
higher.
was a 4.3, so we're similar. I'm not a 4.3
I mean,
anymore,
like
but-
I haven't been like. I mean, here's the thing. I think your duper is what your duper is.
I don't think it's fully accurate
for
Sorry,
sure,
duper.
because like, I need to go prove myself in some tournaments, but I haven't played a tournament for like a year and a half. We got a silver at the PPA at Los Cab
For what
last
level?
year for 35 plus 4.5.
Wow.
Wait,
So-
didn't you just won?
No,
That's 4.0.
so he's better than me. I
He
mean,
is better than you. Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
I was
he's
gonna
better.
ask,
Yeah, he's
but I was gonna
definitely
ask.
better than
I was gonna first say, like, don't pander to him. Like, is he actually better? Now you just said he's actually better.
you. No, he's better. He's better.
I can imagine. I mean, he's been playing racket sports for a long time. I haven't.
Yeah. He's a
And
little tougher than you. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, I'm fairly tough.
I mean, we don't know until we go
Jared's
out
like a
there.
bulldog.
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
I got a bronze at 4, so he's better. I mean, it's just how many teams were in the draw?
Not that many.
Oh,
Not that
see, I
many.
played in a
So,
40 team draw.
Oh,
and
so
I lost to an
well,
11-year-old.
okay.
And it was really
there was
embarrassing.
that year in the 35 plus there weren't many, but yeah, I need to play more tournaments. Like it's I'm lucky that we're still working. Every time I've scheduled a tournament, they're often on the weekend, and that's often when we're hired to come play these different things. And so it's been like a year, and I think the way to get better is to play tournaments and to play under that pressure. And I think it's again analogous to music. Like you could play something perfectly in your bedroom and think you're pretty good,
and then you
you go out on stage. Like, can you really play it? Do you really know it?
Yeah, it's so
and
true.
I think that's like, okay, rec play. Yeah. Oh, I'm great. I should be a 5'5". Like no, go out and do it under the pressure. So everybody says that their duper's too low, but
it's also the tournament reps. Like
Yes.
when I go out and play these people, I've played 7 tournaments, and I play 2 days a week, and I'm working most of the time, or I'm with my kid. Like these people, like especially like the younger kids, the 15-year-olds, that's all they do. And so they're playing tournament every single weekend.
Yes.
Like the tournament reps are so different.
So different.
It's just not the same game. It's really not.
And that's what I'm lacking right now. And it's kind of frustrating to me. And that's why I'd like, maybe here is a public forum to say it out loud, and maybe it can make it happen. But I've been to other cities. When I went to New York City at the Lifetime Penn 1, they have these duper leagues where they play every week. And they go in, to be duper scored. We need something like that in Los Angeles. So if anybody's listening,
Tito, let's make it happen.
I want to make
bro,
it happen.
come on, man.
Just like every week, guys. It's like, okay, based on your duper, you can get into this group, and then you're gonna play.
Can Tito get tickets to a show?
Absolutely. I'll
Tito
give
tickets.
anybody
Maroon
tickets
5.
if they
Let's go.
say
New album August 15th. And Ernie Ball.
Ernie Ball, Music Man.
I got 2 last questions for you. One, if you had to recruit any musician who you've worked with to come play pickleball, who would it be?
Well, that's an easy answer because I did play pickleball with one musician.
Philip Phillips?
Philip Phillips.
He's so good.
Philip Phillips is really good.
And he's a great guy too.
He's an awesome guy. And so, I listened. He's legit.
Huh?
He's like
He's
he's like
legit.
a 5'3", I think, or 5'1".
Yeah, he's definitely.
I played him in a tournament.
But if you have to
Really?
recruit, I'm saying recruit someone who has not yet
Oh,
played.
okay.
Who you're like, they'd be really good.
Oh, that's a good question.
Is it though? It's kind of a weird question.
No, it's not.
kinda
Just
weird.
look at like good athletes. Like who's you're like
weird.
Good athletes.
Weird.
probably like strong forearms, great legs,
Like
Okay,
musicians.
yeah.
I mean, it's probably like a guitarist because they,
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think, yeah.
Henry Rollins.
Henry Roll. No, I don't think he'd be caught dead playing.
Steve Aoki plays. He's not very good. I don't think.
Okay. That's Steve from back in the day. But okay, who would I recruit? Well,
The Beebs.
I've played pickleball
plays.
with the Beebs.
can he play?
Kind of. He's not bad. He's not bad.
Cut.
He's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Who would be good? Man, I need somebody who's going to be really competitive.
I wonder if John Mayer's
He's he's kind of flirted with tennis a little bit. He'd be into it maybe, but he's just so busy that I don't know that he's working all the time. So I don't know if he would be able to really commit to practicing. Oh man, I'm blanking.
You can think on that. I told you Roscoe
yeah.
is a weird question.
No,
if
that's
you
a great question. I should be.
if you could play one pro in a tournament, Ben,
Play with or against?
play with.
With.
Can't be Roscoe, yeah.
Yeah, I'd play with Ben. That'd be really interesting. That'd be fun.
I played against Ben, and he had a frying pan. So he beat us straight up with Connor Pardo, the founder of PPA. We have video. We'll pull it up.
It's more intimidating to see you with a big iron skittle than a regular paddle. Oh! Hey! Come on! Lefty!
He beat us. I was playing with Jason, my old co-founder, head of UPA now. He beat us, and then he beat us left-handed. He's like a 5 left-handed?
He's so
5'3"?
good left-handed.
And then he played with a frying pan. And Connor said, I will give you VIP for life if you can beat us. And we were down like 10-2. He hit the nastiest ATP with a frying pan. It was amazing.
Does he have VIP for life?
But then we beat him.
Oh, wow.
He came back.
Oh.
And we won.
God, I would have wanted that VIP for life.
We won it.
Dang.
And we're VIP for life.
Yeah, the Eric Palett,
Yeah.
the pro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
love
so
Eric,
he would sometimes come and hang out at Maxim, and he would play left-handed
because he had a hurt right hand.
Yeah.
And he was playing with his left, and he got really
so
good.
he would come just to open play, and slum it with all of us, but he would play left-handed, and he'd still just like so frustrating.
He looks just like Colin Schick.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So he was beating you left-handed. Demoralizing, right?
It's demoralizing.
Yeah. Philip Phillips as well. Have you played Drew Brees?
I haven't played with Drew Brees.
It's pretty good.
Philip Phillips is really good. There's an actor who's a really good friend of mine who also really helped get me into pickleball because I would always try to get him to come play tennis with me because he's a good tennis player. Drew Fuller.
Drew Fuller.
Yeah,
Where
he's an actor. He was on that show Charmed.
Okay.
He's on a show called Army Wives, and I've known him for 20 years. He's a really solid player. He's like a 5'0" player.
All right, I have two questions. You're spending a day. You have 6-hour window, 3-hour window to go do something. Pickleball or guitar?
I mean, it's pickleball, to guitar's detriment. Like I've been trying to be good in this time off to structure my day so that I get them both in. Sometimes I set up pickleball as the reward for having put some work into music in the morning.
All right, and I got one more. I think I'll know the answer to this, but you could be the best pickleball player in the world, or you could be Maroon 5. I mean, 19th most listened to band in the world. I'm assuming it's going to the cash flow, the Maroon 5.
Yeah, I mean, I do love pickleball, but I understand where, I get the chance to play so much pickleball because of the blessings that music has brought me. So I'm sorry we have to go with music.
It's fair. It's fair.
My man, it's been very fun talking to you. You're very interesting. I'm glad you got to meet Jared as well, and I think we all need to go play now, right? It's kind of
let's go. I'm ready to go. I mean, I came ready to play.
All right.
I have one last question. What paddle do you use?
Oh, Yola. It's the 4, like everybody. The Perseus 14 millimeter. I mean, it's a great paddle. I mean, that being said, and again, to compare pickleball to music, there's a lot of great guitars.
Yeah.
But you got to pick one.
Yeah.
You got to pick one and you got to stick with it and you got to figure out how it works and how to use it. And so I think the Yola is great. There's other great paddles that have been played. They gave me a Proton. I love the head.
Yeah.
They're all great, but you got to pick one and you got to stick to it. And so for all the paddle princesses out there that show up with a new paddle every week.
It's a paddle that it's the fault, but it's really
no, just pick one and just stick with it and figure it out.
Yeah. I like
That's
that.
it.
Well, thank you, James. This was awesome, and I feel like I got to live out some of my musical dreams through you a little bit. So
His musical fantasies.
Well, thanks for having me, guys.
You're the man, James. Thank you.